So today I'm going to be building the Big Reactor, and I went and actually did a bit more mining and got more materials because I needed it. I didn't record any of it because it was extremely boring, so I've set up everything that needs to be set up. Here's basically everything that we're going to need for the Big Reactor. Let me change this to Big Reactor. Okay, so everything you need the reactor casing, and you're going to need the fuel rods, the controller, power tap, access point, and I think we need the coolant point as well. I'm not 100% sure on that. So I've set up how to craft each of these. Any eye shows you how to craft anything anyway, so but I thought I'd show how to set this up. Obviously be cautious because uranium gives you radiation poisoning, and I've died a couple of times from this, so make sure your crafting bench is pretty close by to you, otherwise you will get the old radiation poisoning. So yeah, once you've built your casing, and yes, do need quite a lot of casing. I'm hoping I've got enough, so I'll have to see. The next thing you're going to want is the fuel rods. About 5 should do. You could have more, but it just depends on how big you want your reactor. If you want it massive or you don't want it too big, it doesn't really matter too much. I'm just gonna make sure I've got enough health before I pick up any more of that uranium. And I think that is all the uranium we need to use. Should be. I'm still not picking it up until I've got full health. Oh no, we need one more. Oh gosh. Let's do this bit first. Yeah, once you've built everything you need to build, you can go ahead and set up the Big Reactor how you want it to look. And there's different ways you can do it, really, so it just depends on how you want to do it. There's so many different setups. I will be expanding it at some point, so I can talk about the other setups later on, and this is just a very basic quick setup, so yeah. Also worth noting, if you trying to build something and you're unsure of how to build it, I mean, you don't want to put the ingredients in. If you hold shift and then click, it'll put the ingredients in for you, and you can then build it like that. I think I'm going to die here. Yeah, I thought so. That's the beauty of radiation poisoning. Oh gosh, I picked it back up. Put it down. Put it down, put it down. There goes all the delicious experience that I had from mining. This is why I don't really care about experience, because it just fades away so quickly. We've got the fuel rods got the casing, got the controller, got the power tap, got the access port. You might just need that. I think going to need a couple of iron for that. Let's get a couple of iron out. And then let's make the coolant port. Oops, wrong box. There you go. So that's shift click on the question mark. You can click on it normally, left click, and it will show you the recipe, or you can shift click on it and it will place it in there for you. Cool. I've already measured this out pretty much. That's what that torch is there for. Oh, it's going to be in the middle. And basically, this is how it should look. It has to be square. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I did measure this out beforehand, so hopefully I've done this correctly. And for this setup, we're going to be putting the fuel rods in the middle. You can do a sort of sideway actions thing, so you can put a fuel rod here, 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 and here, but I just didn't have enough casing to do a bigger setup like that, so this is how it will look for now. And then we're going to build the sides. And one thing you need is one thing I forgot to build, the control rod. That's why I've got those three and that. So, let me just, oh, I didn't bring any cobble. Of course. Looks like some endermen have been spawning inside here as well. Thought I had enough light in here, but obviously not. Control rod. Oh, I need a piece of uranium. Let me grab some cobble out as well. Okay, and then I'm going to grab a piece of uranium. And there we go. So now you would need one of these control rods for each fuel cell you had. So fuel rod, sorry. So if you had 5 fuel rods, you'd need 5 control rods. That's another reason why I didn't do it the other way, because you require more fuel rods, control rods, every fuel rod you have, and that's not really what we're looking to do. I'm too short. I'm going to have to make 4 more because I'm too short. I need 4 of them and 4 of them. So bear with me. And obviously you can make a hazmat suit to prevent you from getting radiation poisoning. I think it's a hazmat suit. Yeah. It just requires a few things, so, you know, you want to not suffer radiation poisoning, you can build that. But if you manage to be okay with it, then you're alright. I think I'm going to die here. I don't want to must have to fall inside here. No, I'm alright. I'm okay. It's not die jumping off. Then it's up to you where you want to put these pieces, but this is just where I'm going to put mine. I'm thinking the controller there actually, because this is going to be level at some point. It's going to, as is, it's not staying like this. So yeah, I'm going to switch these around. Oh, one thing I did forget is you might want some liquid. There's all sorts of different things you can use. You can use stuff like resonant ender or jelly cryotheum. I think I mentioned this before. It's hard to get. This is the best stuff. Very difficult to get, but it's the coolest stuff to use. The best. Keeps the reactor coolest. Now I'm going to fill this reactor with water, and I'll see you all in a moment. I think that's about as good as it's going to get. So let's finish off setting it up. And of course, if you are really concerned about it being perfect, just go ahead and get yourself on top of the reactor and just put the coolant port in. Once you're on top, you can dig out the bits that, oops, I didn't mean to fall in, dig out the bits that are on top. Okay, dig out this bit now as well. You can dig all these top bits out and you can see how your water is doing. So it looks pretty stable to me, apart from maybe that bit. Maybe that's the bit I missed. There we go, and that's pretty stable now, so when you're happy with it, you can cover it back on. Obviously water's not the best thing to use, but you can use water, but just don't use lava or anything warm. But you can use a few different liquids. Enderium or jelly cryotheum is probably the better ones to use. Put the final piece in. Oh, not the final piece. I need to put the access point in. It does work, you see? It sets itself up. I need one more piece in now because I forgot to put it in. So I'm going to break it a second and put the final piece in. And there you have it. That's how your reactor will look. Yeah, I think you need a chest on the bottom of that. I think that just outputs outputs something, I can't remember what it's called now. Outputs the cyanide, that's it. So you put your yellorium in and it might output it there actually. I haven't coolant port. I don't think I needed the coolant port, you know, I think that's for something else. But that's okay. And there's where you turn it on. Of course we can't turn it on right now. And I actually think I have an issue with being able to turn it on, because I think I remember correctly, it won't take uranium at all. I think it will want yellorium, and unfortunately you can only get yellorium through the dust or yellow cake. Which requires a pulverizer. Both of do. But I will give it a quick test and see if uranium will work. Right, it looks like it went in. Oh, it will go in. That's brilliant. That's actually pretty good. So, it will go in. I just need to do a very, very mad dash. Whew. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Brilliant. So it's only 25% full. That's okay though. It doesn't matter. Once we get a pulverizer set up, it's going to be brilliant. Now I went ahead and built some cables. So I'm going to set these up first. These are fairly simple to build. Stone slab, glass and redstone. I'm just going to start from stone, and this is a bit difficult to build. You have to build 4 transferred nodes, but luckily one builds 2. So yes, and for the ender pearls I used the single-use fire nets, got the enderman, and I basically trapped myself between a bit of, like, I dug down and trapped myself between a bit of block, so it would have looked sort of, sat myself down and just blocked it up like that, spawned the endermen, killed them, and yeah, that's how I got the ender pearls. So what you want to do is put the transferred node energy on there, that will connect, and then these we can run off nice and easily. Now, probably should have done it the other way around, but let's say for argument's sake, and let's set the, you know what, no, I don't want to set the pulverizers and redstone furnaces up in here. I want to set them up here. So the great thing about these is you can just destroy them with your hand, they don't break. There we go, that will do for now. Later on, can put it underneath the walls and that. For now, that will do. Kind of bugs me that it's stone. There we go, that'll do. And then, what's the big reactor done? Nice and easy. Next thing we're going to look at is thermal expansion. These are quite easy machines to build. The machine frame is quite easy to build if you follow the iron ingot. Don't follow the steel. Steel requires stupid redstone reception coil. Fairly simple. You just basically put these together and make the right things. So, let's do that. Pulverizer and furnace. There we go. Put the pulverizer down. And let's put the furnace down. Going to just very quickly edit this. There we go. And run the power around the back. There we go. Nice and easy. Of course you can cover them up with different blocks and block types as is, so that's entirely up to you how you want to do it. I think I took carpenter's blocks off. I might put carpenter's blocks back on. The other thing you want to make sure with these is on the enabled, you enter it to low, ignored or high. Low means that if you give it a redstone signal it will turn off, high means it needs a redstone signal, ignored, nothing. Next thing is these, so orange is out, blue is in, pretty simple. That one is the back, I think. I can't really see the back, but that's the bottom, that's the side, that's the top. Yeah. Nice and simple. You can connect them up however you wish. And one thing I will do is this. Oh, that's not right. I don't think it will connect actually. We'll see. Let's have a quick check to see if it will connect. Doesn't look like it. It looks like you need to make something to send it. So I could actually do that because I do have enough ender pearls to do it. So I could make a transfer node, items, and that will do it. See you in a moment when I've done that. And of course it makes two, so you don't have to worry too much about using all your materials up. Let me set this up properly. There we go. And then if I do that, oh, it's not what we want. I think underneath is going to be better. It's a little bit messy, but now put the iron in, transfer it through there, and then send it to there. So that's pretty good. The next thing to do, take all the ore, as much as we can cram in. And just let it do its thing. It will start sending it through. Don't worry about it. It sends it through to here. It won't send it through to here until it's got space. So don't worry about it. It's pretty good like that. Last thing we want to do is power this on. So let's activate it. Ah, there we go. Right, so I think the coolant port was stopping it. So I took the coolant port off. I'm not sure what the coolant port does, but the reactor was waiting for coolant. Now it's producing energy. 336 RF per tick. That's pretty good. So yeah, it was waiting for coolant, that's my bad. So, not to worry, we can leave that as is and forget about the coolant fix. Do not worry about that. If you have the same issue, that's probably why. And now we're getting some pulverized iron, which is not getting sent because there we go, that will do it. Let's get it now sent over there, and we should be able to just put a chest down and find one. I'm hoping this works, I don't remember. No. Looks like we're going to need another transfer node. Oh no, it's worked. That's worked fine. Meaning it probably would have worked the other way as well with the chest just on top or next to. Don't think we needed that. But that's okay. Pulverized iron. Going into there. Going into there. That is film expansion. Now let's move on to the next one. Power armor. So you need wiring, and then it's built pretty much like iron armor but with wiring. I'll build some wire just to show you. And then what you want to do is build it like build it like iron armor, or just take a look at it and build it that way. But I have just enough. Don't need the wiring now. One thing we will need though is, if you want to customize it, is this. Though unfortunately that does require a bit of electron, which you need silver and gold for. So that's going to be required at some point. The armor's pretty much useless without it. And we need an emerald, which is just the case of finding one. So I might have to find an emerald at some point. For now, we'll just leave it in there. Last but not least, I am going to show Homecraft. Since I put it on there, I thought I'd show it. If you make a bookcase, just a regular Minecraft one, make yourself a wand. These are made using iron nuggets, just like that. Very simple. Either end, make yourself a wand. And just deal with this a second. And then what you do is you take the wand and right click on that, create yourself the Fulminanomicon, open it up, and there's some crazy noises. This will tell you how to get started. Basically from here it will tell you where to go next, what to do, how to do it, and everything like that. So perhaps going to take a look at this. Hold on a minute. Perhaps going to take a look at it, and yeah, that's that. So might take a look at the Homecraft stuff at some point, and yeah, I'll leave that in there and peruse it at my own pleasure and bring back to you what I've learned. So it's not completely boring going through it, looking at it. A little, like I said, a little minor mistake with the Big Reactor. Didn't actually need that transfer node as well. So that's okay. You could have just put the chest on top of it, and yeah, now we're making yellorium. I'm just going to take some of that and make sure my reactor's nice and full. And that's going to be full now. It's going to be full up, nice and happy, full and producing just that little bit more RF per tick because it's full. And this time the casing heat is not too hot. Core heat is good, casing heat's not. That's what you want, really? Okay. Right, so Homecraft is started and everything else is started. I don't know how you got in here. There's Homecraft created. There's a few other things I will be taking a look at. Actually, do you know what? One thing I want to do real quick, and I found a few things. So I found a few rifts. I found a magical forest, which is Homecraft. But there's one thing I found that's interesting. There was, while I was mining, there was a very weird Homecraft sort of thing that was attacking me. Yeah, there's a weird Homecraft thing attacking me, and that was very scary. So I ignored it. I did mark it, but then I came back and it weren't there anymore. I also found another dungeon and 2 more cave spider spawners, an actual normal spider spawner, which is where I found some interesting things, including a builder's wand. One thing I do want to show off is the temple I found. So I'm going to show you people what a temple looks like, and that's what it looks like. Once you find one of these, head on inside. Let's light it up, it's a bit dark. And don't just pay attention to the tables, although we've got some cool pages on the tables. I knew you were going to come in here, that's why I was waiting. You know what? Oh, I haven't got any blocks. I was going to save this for some privacy, but what you want to do is grab your axe and dig into the corners, because you will find a treasure chest with different pages in it. I don't think it's in every corner, but it's worth looking. Getting quite a bit of lag again. Just the one, I think that is. Just the one. So yeah, once you've found the temple, once you've taken everything you want to take from it, I mean, you can take all the books from it if you wish. You can take these lecterns. I mean, it's not really worth it. It's cool for story and stuff, but yeah, Once you've done it, this is a very good tip, is just to create a waypoint. I normally just name them X, and yeah, delete the old waypoint. And with that, I'm going to return back to the base, and hopefully I won't get killed by skeletons. And I think that's going to be everything. I'm just going to quickly look at these notebooks because I believe, if I remember rightly, don't get too much lag, you can right click, and yes, there is more pages in there. Ooh, flat dimensions, that's a good one. Wow, magical forest. Yeah, don't worry, I've got a chest for Miscraft pages over here. I mean, you can store them in these notebooks if you wish, and it's probably a good idea to do that. Meteors, starfish and spheres, flat world, how? Don't think I found the one I want to find. Wow, that's already full. Good job we got one. There we go. And that's it. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time, where hopefully we find out what's going on with the creepy base and being watched. See you all next time.